I had an epiphany last week. I was like, wait a minute. For the past year or so, I've actually been leaving the house and touching grass. So, like, the only reason back in like 2016, 2017, and later on why I never played Pokemon Go was because of that. So, I re-downloaded Pokemon Go, right? Like last week, right? And I looked it up. 2016 is when this came out, man. Time flies. That was long ago. But didn't Fortnite come out that year? But no, I checked it. It was 2017. And I was thinking to myself, man, I remember how much Fortnite was changing the culture. Remember this? Look on the screen right now. Look at this video right here. I'm not going to play the audio because copyright, but man, lucky I never did this. I actually have never played Fortnite. And it's because when it got popular, I saw people doing stuff like this. Yo, those skinny jeans on the dude on the right, that's crazy. Listen, hey, but yeah, there were people doing these weird dances from Fortnite or shouting random things, and popular Fortnite streamers or YouTubers were doing all this stuff. And I told myself, okay, so there's something about Fortnite where this is happening, right? I don't think Fortnite is for me. That's what happened. And I feel like I completely robbed myself of an experience of ever trying or enjoying Fortnite because of all of this. It's too late now. I barely game anymore. I'm sure the game was fun. I just couldn't motivate myself to do it because of this. You know what really got me to not even want to look in the direction of Fortnite? It was the floss dance. What's this guy's name? I'm going to put a picture on the screen. I'll probably edit it in. Why is this escaping me? Backpack Kid. Yo, I remember he was going on tour or something just to do this dance. Bro got booked on a nationwide tour to do this. I may be wrong about this, okay? Wasn't he at I remember he was at like a Katy Perry concert doing the dance or something. I may be wrong about that. I'll correct myself. And then if you were paying attention in 2018, you noticed that people in everyday life, literally outside at the mall, maybe in your classrooms, at work, at sports games, you saw people doing Fortnite emotes, shouting Victory Royale and those weird other stuff like that. And it felt so commercialized. It became insufferable to me. It felt like it was like a collection of memes. That's what it felt like. But when I say it feels like it felt forced. Not forced like someone is trying too hard, right? It feels forced like I can't live an everyday life without seeing something related to this shown to me. You go outside, 2018, and you'll see people doing these emotes and these dances and these Fortnite memes. You can't even log off the internet. It's out there in real life. You can't escape this. And here's my thing about stuff like this, with all due respect, because I'm sure some of you guys were really into this stuff. You probably, maybe you're still into it. To me, seeing these emotes, even in a video game, is very awkward to me. Sometimes it looked over the top, like it looked like over the top enthusiasm, but I'm trying to avoid using the word cringe because people are immediately going to feel like they're being attacked because they like something, and I feel like it's cringe to me specifically, as if my opinion will completely revolutionize your life, which it shouldn't. Personally, I just wasn't feeling it. It is what it is. So you know what happened with this, right? It was like a meme overload. So children love seeing these Fortnite emotes. They love Fortnite memes. And because, like I mentioned, with the major commercialization and how family friendly this stuff was, kids completely took over the community. I remember, and I just looked this up to verify. You know what was popular years ago? You probably remember this too. There were Fortnite cringe compilations or Fortnite cringe moments. That was like a whole thing. People were making like a lot of views off of that. And I remember watching some of them, and a lot of those moments were just kids mic spamming or singing Fortnite songs. And there was so much content to make out of that. But it also showed how toxic the community was, because since the game was so accessible to kids and newer players, why is that? Because it was so popular due to how mainstream celebrities were basically getting paid to do Fortnite nonsense. When these new normies started getting in, these newer players, people just bullied them. They bullied these kids. And that started like even Fortnite rage moments or Fortnite rage compilations. People started gatekeeping the community, which happens in pretty much all popular games nowadays, but it was different for Fortnite something felt very different about the toxicity versus other games out there. And I remember all those scam videos. 2018 was different, bro. But hey, you know what? Maybe you were happier back then. So I guess this whole topic doesn't necessarily resonate with you as something that was negative. Like, yeah, people were doing this stuff, but I was much happier back then. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe you even played Fortnite or watched people play, or maybe you did this too. I always said that in my videos that I have like an antisocial issue where if something gets popular, I immediately look away from it and don't want to get involved. It's always been like that for me, even as a kid. Something about something getting marketed to me does the complete opposite effect. Regardless, cringe culture targets many communities. Like, yeah, we can talk about 2018 Fortnite. We can emphasize that in this video, but y'all remember the Five Nights at Freddy's culture shift too? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the whole Minecraft speedrun thing too? How come I can't remember? Dream. I remember that whole thing too. Listen, I'm talking about Pokemon Go in the beginning of the video. Man, there was cringe. You remember the some kid singing, "I play Pokemon Go every day." Like, yo, there's cringe in everything. I'm not saying those were as bad as 2018 Fortnite though, because that was objectively the most popular phenomenon during internet culture for the past how many years. I just think that 2018's Fortnite culture was very overexposed. It felt very inauthentic at many moments because, again, people were getting paid to participate or do these dances or emotes or shout things with popular Fortnite players and stuff. You know those people who got paid for this stuff. You know these people don't care about Fortnite like that. Like, and a lot of the quote cringe behavior, we validated it back then because kids were doing it. So people felt like, hey, this was hard in 2018 because if you were a kid back then, you thought doing emotes and shouting voice lines from Fortnite was the coolest thing on earth because you also saw a streamer doing it too, or multiple streamers doing it too. And you're like, well, you see a grown man doing this and you see a bunch of kids doing this. This must be cool. So you know what? It must be cool to everybody else too. So it's not like it doesn't bother me anymore. That's the thing. It just doesn't bother me. What's popular is automatically cool. Like, we do that type of thing, that type of mentality. And I think that's what makes it feel forced. And you know what's crazy? The cringe compilations didn't stop people from doing stuff like this. I don't know. What do y'all think? Was it as bad as I'm making it seem? Or am I exaggerating how awkward it was? Maybe it was that awkward to me, Let me know down below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.